Assalamu alaikum listeners, good morning. It's Yusuf Salihu Tikalo with the continuation of the novel called Abadan. Last time we stopped where Amina said, I went to bed thinking about how tomorrow is going to be my wedding day. My life will change by tomorrow, and also thinking about the incident that took place at the Camu. All those words Mr. Arrogant said, does he mean it? If yes, then I'm very happy that he feels the same as I do. So listeners, we will continue with the chapter 9. Amina said, today is my wedding day with Mr. Arrogant. I don't know how I feel about it. I am not sad nor happy, but I am glad that my parents are happy. The noise of the people roaming about won't let a human being sleep peacefully. I am very sleepy because I haven't slept last night, thinking about the whole marriage stuff. Someone jumped on me and shouted, Bestie, wake up. I quickly wake up and I was frightened as I saw Zainab smirking at me. I breathed out slowly as my heart was beating fast. Wallahi Bestie, bana son haka, taya ina bacci zaki zo ki firgita ni. Haba, I said, and I pulled the duvet again and went back to my sleep. I could hear her evil choke, and I know what she is capable of doing. I quickly got off the bed as she burst into laugh and said, Wallahi da baki tashi ba da na watsa miki ruwa mai sanyi. I hissed and made my way to the restroom to shower. After some couple of minutes, I came out of the restroom as I could hear the elderly women in the parlor cheering and yelling Alhamdulillah, Aure yayi, as they held the tip of their noses and make those sounds of Gouda. Aisha burst her way into my room and hugged me like her life depended on me, saying Alhamdulillah, MashaAllah, darling sis, congratulations on your marriage. I hugged her back as I could feel some hot tears flowing down my cheeks, as I could not detect if they are tears of joy or the opposite. Same goes to my other sisters and family and friends. After some couple of minutes again, I heard the incoming message ringtone of my phone. The message was from Mr. Arrogant. He said, congratulations on being Mrs. Muhammad Usman, my goal, which increased the beat of my heart, and I burst into tears as I forgot I was in my bathroom, but I didn't care. All I know is that I am totally leaving my family behind. Mommy came in and she saw me crying because I was on top of my bed. She shook her head and walked toward me as she patted my back. I turned to have a look on the person. As I saw her, I quickly hugged my mommy and sobbed even more. Shh, she said, my darling, don't cry on a happy occasion. We are all here for you. I know it will be difficult for you, but you will get used to it. Kinji, baby, yeah, wipe those tears from your pretty face. She consoled me. I was still scared, but have to put on a smile on my face. And she said that's how Amaria bride supposed to be. She teased me and I blushed. Good, get up there and get ready kafin mutane su cika gidan, she concluded as she made her way out of my room. Just then Zainab, Nusaiba and my friends walked into the room, all smiling and teasing me. I blushed at Zainab, who brought out a purple material with a purple lafaya for me to wear. Ami ta ce ki shirya a cikin su kafin dina, Zainab said. I smiled and Nusaiba did my makeup as I told her to put on something simple on my face, and mashallah, she is good at it. I did not know you are a makeup artist, Zainab chuckled. Nusaiba smiled and said, I know I am good, don't flatter me, swaying her invisible hair as we all laughed at their drama. Haba Budi, a ce har yanzu baka tashi ba? And you know very well today is your wedding Fatiha, Khalifa said as he pulled the duvet from Muhammad, who was lying on the bed. Ah, leave me, Muhammad said as he pulled back the duvet. Khalifa sighed angry and said, Wallahi in baka tashi ba zan je na kira mama. I quickly got up as I know she wouldn't take it lightly with me. He smiled and said, Kaga angon Aminatu ba da kanka a sare ka je gida ka ce ya faɗi. I threw a pillow at him and he smirked. He dodged as the pillow missed him. Kana son kama My wife Asara ne? He whined dramatically as I shook my head and said, Ban san yaushe ka zama haka ba, as I got out of the bed and went into the bathroom, as I could hear his reply, a lokacin da na auri Nusaiba, well laughing. As I took my shower, I walked to my closet, but before I could do that, Khalifa stopped me and said, Dan autan mama ai ta kawo maka kaya da zaka sa, and please hurry up. It is almost time for the wedding party, he concluded. I nodded my head. It was a white shadda with an amazing embroidery, and I went to the closet to get ready. After some minutes, I came out all ready as Khalifa was teasing me as usual, saying I took time when getting ready like a lady going for a party. I only smiled at his words, and we went to greet Mama as we head to the mosque where the Fatiha will take place. All the wedding procedures were done, and finally my angry cat is mine. I pressed Allah in my heart as I smiled to the people congratulating me. I brought my phone out and sent my angry cat a message to declare that she belonged to me and only me. Finally, we went back home as I head to the washroom to fresh up. I came out and got ready in a blue kaftan cause I am tired of wearing the babbar riga. I saw Khalifa busy smiling on the phone, and I knew he must be talking with Nusaiba. I shook my head, and I was thinking of calling my angry cat or not, but I have made up my mind on calling her. I have called her 3 times and she picked on the 4th time. I called her 3 times and she picked on the 4th call. I was going to shout at her for not picking, but her sweet voice overpowered me. Assalamu alaikum, she greeted as I slowly closed my eyes. Wa alaikum assalam, I replied. Ya kake? Ya mutanen gida, I asked. Ya kike? Ya mutanen gida, I asked. Lafiyan su kalau, she replied, unlike other day. Her voice was different. Was she crying? I asked myself. Kuka kike? I asked her later. She replied. Okay, bana son kuka. Kinji? I replied. Inshallah, she replied. Congratulations on being my wife, I said. She took some seconds. Mubarak, she replied. I smiled and said, keep smiling, you look beautiful. Whenever you smile, I could feel her blush as she whispered, thank you, as we bid goodbyes to each other, living with each other thought. As I went out to look for Mama in her apartment, I saw my family, the elderly women and the young girls and boys all cheering and congratulating me, as I could not help but smile as they all praised me by singing some songs. As we approached the parlor, Amina said, all you could hear is women making gouda and all kind of Amaria prizes as they made me to blush to their compliment. Zainab and Nusaiba made me sit near my grandma, Abi mom, as she hugged me and gave me all her blessings. Same goes to the other elderly parent in that place. As Ami instructed us to go to our room to eat, and we obeyed to what she said. I was not feeling hungry, so I just stood on the balcony of my room and watched how people were roaming around as my phone rang. I saw the caller ID as my heartbeat increased, and I picked the call slowly after greeting, and all that what he said before ending the call made me to blush harder as he complimented how beautiful I look with his smile. As I went to meet the girls who were already done with their food, later in the evening, Mommy came into the room together with some elderly women. She sent the girls out as only Nuseba remained, as she was the only married person in my friend. The women made me got off my dress and wrap a towel over my body. They pushed me to the bathroom and made me sit in the bathroom. They bathed me with some kind of perfume, which I really loved the fragrance. Wash my hair and all that. We took about 2 hours in the bathroom before coming out. Nuseba did my makeup as it was almost time for the dinner reception. I wore a white perfect gown with the side of my shoulder half open. One of the girls made my hair as she tied it perfectly. Oh my god, Minat, you look beautiful. MashaAllah, the girls squealed in happiness as I smiled at them. Ami and Mami came in, both of them were looking beautiful, MashaAllah. As I saw some tears on my Ami face as she hugged me tightly, I hugged her even more as she pulled away and shook her head, meaning I should not cry. She smiled and grabbed my hand. As I stood up, she kissed both of my cheeks as she showered her blessing on me. Aisha and Salma came in my room saying we have to go. We were already late. All the girls left as I was held my mommy and Ami as they walked me to the car I am going to the function in. As I enter, I perceive a pleasant fragrance which almost made me weak. I slowly look at the direction I am perceiving it. To my biggest shock, it was Mr. Arrogant sitting next to me and smiling. He looked handsome in his black kaftan with white embroidery, which totally matched my outfit. I could not take my eyes off of him. Next thing I know, he blew some air on my face and I smelled his fresh mint breath. He chuckled as I blushed harder and looked away. The ride was slowly as I could only hear the music coming out of the radio. So listener, we will stop here. Please follow us for the next story.